All right, ladies, welcome to tonight's team call. It's Monday, August 10th, and we are going to get started with a couple. We're just going to, whoa, what happened, everybody? Oh, everybody's there. Okay. I couldn't see faces. It all went black. We're going to start with a little pump up motivation, and then I've got some questions that people wanted to go over that people submitted. So, I'm hearing a lot of, I want this, but I'm afraid to do this. And if we do not get out of our own way, we won't go anywhere with this. So I know it's easier said than done when I say to copy and paste the message and paste it into the conversation, paste it into the conversation, paste it into the conversation, and just ask the invite to the business and to the challenge group. But just have to do that. And then you can go in the bathroom and then puke if you want. But you have to do that. I'm not going to lie, like I get sick to my stomach sometimes, but that's me. That's my personality. I was the kid in grade school, high school, college. Like when it was my turn to be called on, I was literally wanting to puke. And I never raised my hand to ask questions about anything. So I would go into like the evening and homework, like struggling. And I mean, well, in college, like, you know, trying to go through nursing clinicals and not ask questions, well, that's real hard. So I had to do it and I had to get over it. So I know that this is hard. I know it's you don't know when the good time to ask is. You're not sure how you should ask, what you should ask. But something that's always helped me is, and if you listen to the National Wake Up Call today, Christina Delgado said it. She said her first tip out the gate was you have to walk into your business activities fired up and with a good vibe. Because if you go and sit down and do them and you're, got the imposter syndrome going, the fear in your head, or you're stressed out, like this person's going to tell me no, or what kind of no's are in my inbox right now, and you go to do stuff, then you're just not going to come off as the excited, like 1000% believer in our programs and products and your story. So figure out what you have to do to get pumped up, get jazzed up. I know a lot of coaches will do their inviting and their follow-ups like immediately after their workout because they're like feeling awesome. So if you need to rework things and spend like a few minutes after doing those things, people will take Energize and do their work. Find a playlist. Sorry. Find a playlist on YouTube, pump yourself up. Like I said, I don't like to public speak. I don't like to raise my hand. So even team calls get me anxious. So before team calls, I'm sitting here for a few minutes and I've got like songs playing and it literally just makes me feel better. Not makes me feel, doesn't make me feel like I'm this, top coach who has everything going for her, but it makes me feel better and more confident that I can get across what I want to you guys and help you out in the way you need. So get yourself in a good vibe, in a good situation before you get to those activities. And if you can't, send me a text message. And I'm going to remind you of your goal because our goals are not going to happen if we're not doing the work. Dreams just don't magically come true. People don't just magically become millionaires. Well, I mean, there's a lottery, but does that even really, that doesn't even count. So all the great people worked for things. All right. My favorite, Walt Disney, um, worked for it. When people told him no after no after no, you're never going to be like this animated creator, blah, blah, blah. If you haven't actually gone on, haven't watched it, it's on Amazon, like Video or whatever, Prime, and it's a documentary. It's like an old movie, they recreated it, but it's really short and it's about Walt in like his like 20s, and it just leads up to how he created Mickey. And it's really kind of cool. But the rest, they don't really go into Disney stuff, but it's kind of cool to see like everything he came into contact with. Um, but all the people, guys, who have done big, good things that they can go, lay their head at the end of the night saying, I did something awesome, or look what I did for my kid, or look what I'm doing for my family. Like, all of those people put in the time and the work. I'm hearing more and more from like the coaches that are like in the top. They're not in the top because they're unicorns, they went viral, they, you know, had like 100-pound weight loss transformation. They're not in the top because of that. They're in the top because they're literally, and they're saying this, and I'm not condoning this, but they are literally working their business 10 to 12 hours a day. But that's what they're doing to get to the top. They're not just landing there out of magic. So, we want to we want to be hitting Success Club 6 to 10. Like, we can do that. If they're working 10 to 12 hours a day to get to the top, we can put in an hour and be confident and get it done to hit our goals. So something else that I've had come up is that people are like, well, I'm not sure what to say to people. I'm not sure how to start conversations, connect. Like, the connecting seems to be the hardest part. Like, it actually, you guys don't even have trouble sending me invites, because at that point it's just like, well, just, here. But it's the connecting. You feel like you already feel weird going into connecting with someone, that they're going to think you're connecting with them for a sale. So if you're thinking that and you're putting that out there, whatever they say back is just going to like reaffirm your self-limiting belief. But I don't know about you, but like, if somebody, I don't really get these messages that much, but I get the weird ones, like the copy and paste, like, hey, do you want to join the CBD and get it in the top floor? Like, I don't even know you. But when I get people who are just like, hey, came across your page, love your realness as a mom, like, what do you like, where you guys live? Like, that's somebody that is genuinely taking the time to connect with me, whether it's to, you know, for their business or not. I feel better about that than if they send me a straight cold invite. So when you're connecting with people, there's this thing called form. And I don't know if you've ever heard it before, but um sorry, I just got distracted by a text that came through. God, like, so bad. So there's this thing called form. And I really believe that it works. And I really believe that it is the only thing you need to do to connect and get to the invite with people. So F stands for family. Okay. You connect with somebody, say hi, ask them about their family. Hey, how many kids do you have? Where are you guys from? Um, something about their family. Just ask about family. Then occupation. What do you do? Like, are you virtually working now from home? How is this all affecting you? What do you do for work normally? Um, R, relationships. Wait, R, why am I blanking on this? Yes, R is relationships. Courtney, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so relationships. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Recreation. Sorry, it's not relationships. It's recreation. That is where we find out, like, what do they love? I mean, did you connect with them because you saw them like share a Friends meme? Oh my God, do you watch Friends like me? That's the R. That's the recreation connection message. Um, you know, I see you guys went to the beach last week. Do you guys go to the beach a lot? What do you guys like to do? That sort of thing. That is a recreation kind of message. Figure out their hobbies and their likes. And when I say that, I mean, ask something and get an answer, but don't keep talking about it for 27 other messages. And then the M is message. And message is where your invite to whatever, your invite to a webinar to learn about coaching, a group to learn about coaching, a free group, or your challenge group comes into play. Like, that's where your message is. And it is a lot easier if you are connecting with somebody and getting to know them. It's a lot easier to invite somebody when you say it something to the effect of, hey, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing in my stories, yada, 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 that whole thing. But since we were just talking, I thought of you. I thought you might be interested in something like this. And I thought of you because we were just talking. So when you kind of say it like that, like, oh yeah, well, we were just talking. So, she did think of me, like, whatever. Also, if you say to somebody, like, if you kind of pump them up and give them some positivity towards them, like, hey girl, like, you know, not the hey girl thing, but in a piece of the message, you are like, your feed is super positive, you come in your stories and you're real, and I kind of love how, you are just like, no F's given in motherhood, and you share, you're my kind of people. I just thought of you, would you be interested in XYZ? So when we take the time quickly to get to know them, figure out their family, figure out their job, figure out their recreational hobbies, and then message them, letting them know we're messaging them because we were just talking to them and we thought of them, it does become easier. Grab some water real quick, sorry. I don't know what was in my throat. Also, the idea behind form is that when you're asking them these questions about themselves, especially when you get to the occupation, they're probably 90% of the time going to be like, I do this, XYZ. What do you do? And that is where you can perfectly say, well, I don't know, like, I'm a registered nurse, but I have this business on the side that I work from home. And it's given me a lot of like flexibility, especially with COVID now. And I, can like figure out where the hell my kid is every day without having to like stress. I don't know, but you can slide in what you're doing, and then it can bring about a conversation. I'll be like, oh, what is that? You don't have to say I'm a Beachbody coach. You don't have to say, I hold virtual accountability groups and keep people accountable. You could just say, I work from home. I have a really flexible schedule and it helps a lot with my family. And then they'll be like, oh, that sounds really cool. What do you do? And then there's more conversation. And then you can even take it to the message and be like, would you ever like to hear more about this? So I know that it's weird and it's awkward, but it's only going to be weird and awkward the more we tell ourselves that. So we've got to just get out of that mindset. And at the end of the day, we have to know if we got into this business to work and make it a business, it takes inviting. Can't do it without it. So if you want what you want from this, you've just got to be doing the inviting. And then you can go puke and we'll puke together. That's fine. Okay, so so there were two questions. Okay, so Morgan, you asked in the team page about how do you get somebody, tell me if I'm wrong, but it was about how you get somebody to talk more about the supplements and get them committed to that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm having issue like getting people to commit to the Shakeology. Like they can't get over the price of it.
Okay. Okay. So Kim Roberts, when she did our team call back in July, and Morgan, I don't know if you were on that or if you heard the replay, but she actually addressed this like, and I don't know why, like, I didn't think of this, obviously, like being a coach for 5.5 years, but what she said was, well, number one, whenever she's inviting and talking to people and gets their goals, like, okay, yeah, we're going to pick a workout for you to do, or you're joining our MBF group, great. But she leads with talking about nutrition. And she tells them, awesome, can't wait to talk to you about these workouts and what they're doing. What are you struggling with nutritionally? XYZ. And then whatever they say, she doesn't formulate a whole plan, but what she does say back to them is, awesome, great to know these things, because 99% of the girls that come through my boot camp, they only get the results they want when they're committed to a nutritional program for it. So you can say to them, if you go through that and then they're like, well, I'm not doing it, it's too expensive. I guess kind of I would more so work through is it just that it's expensive? So I would be I totally understand. I had the same kind of feeling about this when my coach was like, you need to do the Shakeology or the supplements, because I really did. And for me, I say, I get it. We were on one income. I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't really feel like it was a great idea to tell Brian I'm spending $140 on one DVD and one bag of Shakeology. But what I'd been doing up to that point wasn't getting me the results that I wanted. And my coach told me that at the end of 30 days, if I didn't get the results that I wanted, I could return the empty bag of Shakeology and get my money back. And I had banked on doing that completely. And I just tell people that. I'm like, I totally was going to do that. I was going to drink it all and return it. But I found that I actually lost my fog brain. I had more energy. My IBS was way better. And not only that, but I saw results from the workouts because I was taking care of myself on the inside better and stronger to do the workouts. So I kind of go into it a little bit like that. And, you can also bring up too that Carrie Briscoe said this. She said that when people talk to her about that stuff, she says, well, you could sign up as a coach, get it at the discount that I get it. You don't necessarily have to work the business, but if you wanted to bring 2 or 3 friends along, you would pretty much get your Shakeology paid for, and you'd get the referral from them. So I have been offering that to people as well. Now, I'm not going to say everybody's telling me yes. Some of them are still saying no. But I'm not huge on you have to do Shakeology in order to be in the group. But I will say that because I have 2 groups going right now, I have my normal community on BOD groups, and I have the MBF group going. And I'm really trying to get people to do MBF, create that sort of FOMO around that. I have had people tell me no, and I said, okay, that's fine. I respect what you're saying and your decision, and you have to make that for your family. But I'm going to you'll be in my ongoing accountability group through the BOD app. And in there, you can track your workout. You can see, have a daily motivational post from me, and you can see me checking in and answering questions at times. But in the MBF group, I'm providing a lot more nutritional guidance and details through 2B and UPF. I'm doing a lot more over there. I'm in that group all day long, and I'm talking to those people. They're the people, my clients, that get my one-on-one behind the scenes right now. So those are just a couple of things I do. I don't like to call people out, but I know Miranda does really handle this stuff well. So if you want to add some things.
Yeah, I find that I don't even suggest that there's a cheaper option than the challenge
I was going to say that too.
Yeah. And then it's just kind of part and parcel. And also I have had several of my challengers kind of be upset that they didn't order it with their challenge pack because like that's the cheapest you can ever get Shakeology. And so to pay like $150 or what, that's what it is Canadian, I don't know what it is US, but to pay that amount of money to try it is like pretty expensive, but like $40-50 to try it is not that
Yeah,
expensive
I
in
usually try to
comparison.
highlight that as well.
Yeah, so that's usually what I like tell people is that it's money back guarantee, and so you might as well try it at this price point if you're ever going to try it. And then I just tell them like all of the good things that it's done for me in terms of my digestive system and my immune system. Like it's what got me through my 2 years as a teacher. Otherwise, I think I would have.
I'm also trying to be better about for those people who I'm like, you just need to try it. You don't have to do it again after the 30 days if you don't want to. I'm really trying to get better about in the groups, like talking more about the benefits, the quality, especially with this like this show with Darren and Zach now, Down to Earth. I'm like, I don't know, my mind is just like going, and it's like, wow, like I don't know, you just all these foods, you don't get any of them in America. And if you do, you're paying for them in powdered form. And I just saw on a site today that some girl said she gets stuff from, it's like $30 for like, I don't know, maybe the size of an Energized tub for like matcha. And I'm like, why would you even go look for matcha? Like, I don't know. So I've been trying to talk more in my stories about price. I've been trying to like talk more in groups for people who haven't committed. I'm probably heavier on the Energize, but yeah. Sorry, now are you like totally, is that okay? Was that helpful at all?
The other thing I do
No,
that
it was. I didn't like really think about. Wait, what?
Sorry, I was just gonna say the other thing that I do is I have a check-in, and they get points for drinking Shakeology, and like I don't know what your people are like, but my people are competitive, so I've had a lot of people like continue ordering Shakeology because they're like so close in points with other people that like I can't quit.
Yeah, you have competitive people.
Yeah, those are my people.
Well, I didn't think about how it's cheaper to get it like with the challenge pack. I didn't think about that. So maybe I'll say that to the single mom, like she doesn't have to reorder it, but at least this way she can try it.
Yeah. And
because then at least it'll be cheaper.
yeah, you could just be like, I totally hear you. I'm just actually kind of like looking out, but if, 30 days down the road, you really weren't seeing what you want and you go to get it then, it's going to be this much more. That might help. And then throwing in like the money back guarantee.
Yeah.
Or snack.
Wait, sorry. We were all three talking at once.
I just said as a single mom, I feel like that's like the easiest
Oh, yeah.
thing to like do for your nutrition. When your kids are eating KD, you can have Shakeology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So that was one. And then was there another one in there? I don't know. Oh, Court, you asked a question about, what did you ask a question about? I have to bring up our text.
When you see the leads show up in your back office,
Yeah.
do you talk to them? How do you approach it?
Okay.
What do you?
Yes. Be the coach who reaches out to your leads.
Okay.
Even if, so 99% of my leads do not reply. And sometimes their email like bounces back. And I'm like, I don't even get it. And some of them have do not contact.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. But I try to, so I do this once a week. So I'm not going in there every day and feeling like squirrelish and overwhelmed. So usually I check on Fridays and then maybe Mondays I'll check to see if anything happened over the weekend. But I check on Fridays, and then whoever's there, I will send them. I just have like a little email. It's not even that big. I'm thinking maybe I should change it, but I don't know. And it's just like, hey, I'm your free team Beachbody coach. I am here to keep you accountable to your goals in my virtual like group via the BOD app. I make sure I say it that way so they know where it is, or Facebook group, whatever. Saw you signed up for XYZ. What kind of questions do you have about it? Do you know how to access it? Do you know where to find like the workout calendar? I try to like lead them to like things they might need to know rather than just,
Okay.
or so they're like, oh, there's a workout calendar. Oh, like there's meal plans. Like I try to like lead into things rather than just saying, let me know if you have any questions.
I like how you
Um,
asked all those questions. That's nice.
Yeah.
And then, so then I do like have in there, I don't know, I sometimes I take it out, I don't know, but I just have a little blurb in there like at the end about, you know, I've been doing Beachbody programs for 5.5 years. I started 42 pounds heavier, very anxious and lots of like stomach issues, was always tired of the yo-yo dieting and just, you know, really was at the last straw and I didn't want to do this, but I did it and I'm still here. You can put in like your picture, like a before and after. And I just try to like be relatable and not so like robotish.
Right.
I also
Okay.
put in my Instagram name so they can follow me there too if they
Yeah, yeah.
wanted to.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I've been doing too? I've also been attaching one of the Mompreneur weekly meal plans. Oh,
Okay.
very good. That way I also feel like I'm giving them something extra.
Okay.
I feel so I can put it in the team page, but I kind of want to, I didn't do that today. Like I could have just shared it with you in the team page, but I kind of want to rework mine. So yeah, so I didn't put it there.
No, this is good. I can go with this.
Okay. Well, no, I know some people are like, give it to me. Give me the script.
Give me the words.
Let me just control C. Hi, James. Is it like tornadoing there?
It's fine. We just had a little bit of rain and some wind, but it was all south. Like it stayed, well, it always splits. It always goes north and south. So we're fine. But we did hang out in the basement for quite a while. But I got a lot done. So
And softball was canceled?
yes, it was. And he's mad about it because, you know, it's not raining anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, the fields can't be that wet.
Yeah, right.
He's just mad that he has to stay home and deal with children. Wah, wah. Welcome to my everyday.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about anything or that you've been wondering about the last week or so or?
Not that I can think of.
No? Okay.
I can't get anybody to, except for one person, to participate in my challenge groups, whether it's on Facebook or in the BOD groups. I can't, like we're doing Spirit Week and I, you know, to try to like boost up some fun. And I got one girl out of 15 that.
Oh my gosh, you have 15 in there?
Yeah.
Okay, have you, so you said BOD and the Facebook, have you asked which they would prefer?
I have, and that, you know, I sent out the BOD Groups app to everybody, and I have 4 people in there, and then everybody else is in a Facebook group.
So what I did for a while was I only had one or the other. Like, and I said, do you want it on, like I took a poll.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, well, we're all moving to MCT or we're all moving to Facebook.
Right.
and I just did it that way. So we were all still in one place and I wasn't doing double the work.
Yeah.
And then I got to a point where that group was kind of like building, like you have 15 people, that's great. It was kind of building in members. So I felt more comfortable leaving it as like a kind of like graduate group.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of like what I'm doing with the BOD group now. Like if you aren't going to do a challenge pack, if you did a challenge pack and you're never doing anything again and you're just my BOD member who prints out your own I am motivational cards, then you're going to stay in that group.
Well, because it runs itself. I
If
mean,
you print out your own commit
right.
succeed stickers for your step, you're going to stay there. But so then I was figuring out like, okay, when I do a specific program for myself the first time, I'm going to run that in a separate group. And it was just a matter of where did I want to run it?
Right.
And I just wanted to try Facebook this time again. I haven't in a long time because since BOD groups was like brand new and like being weird. So I wanted to try it there. So I know, and I feel like this is like, so I always feel this way too. I'm like, I'm not getting the participation that like I feel like I should. Especially when you see other coaches like sharing their like scrolls.
Well, that's when I'm like, I want to show,
people.
the community that we're part of to make that, more enticing. Like you could be part of this community.
Yeah.
And I get zero participation. So I'm like, all it's going to be is me.
Yeah.
It's going to be me.
Check me out.
So
There's me again.
So if you talk to people behind the scenes, I've been screenshotting their messages because I have exactly the same thing. Like I've been like scrolling my BOD a little bit, my BOD one, and maybe like 3 people, but then it's like 3 posts from me.
Right.
So I've been screenshotting some of their like back message or,
right.
Private
I
messages.
have seen that. Yeah.
Or texts, and I'm just sharing those.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that I sometimes do if I get like real, like you guys are killing my vibe, I'll go in the group live or do a video if you have to upload it to BOD. And I'm going to be like, listen, here's the tough love. Here's why I'm here and showing up. But this is not for me to talk at you. This is a place where we have like 2-way conversation and accountability. And that's what's going to set apart your results from just going to Orange Theory or just getting Arbonne protein shake or whatever. Like that, this is what's setting us apart. And this is what gets people results. This is what got me the results when I first went into my challenge group. And I tell them in this like video, like, cause this is my story. When I went into that first challenge group, I don't like to post. I don't want to put my stuff out there, but I did follow for a little bit and I started to see everyone else sharing their like recap of their meals for the day at the end of the day, or, obviously their sweaty selfie or whatever. And when I started to actually put my stuff out there, that is when I was like, oh, well, I wasn't doing the shit before, or I wasn't giving it my best effort, or God, these women fire me up. Like, so I have done that in some groups where I go live and I'm like, I just break it down. And I'm like, look, like if you're just one of those people, those outliers who like, for whatever reason, you don't feel comfortable. Like, I understand that too, but I want to serve you the best way I can. And I can only really check in with you once a week behind the scenes. Whereas in this group, like I can give you so much more attention.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, like can't really do much more. I mean, I even feel that way with the team page sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, like crickets, like where there's 100 and some people in that group. And I'm like, where is everybody?
Yeah.
And it's frustrating and it's like disheartening, but
I mean, sometimes I feel like I just want to shut it down, like not like the business, but the actual challenge group. Like, why am I even bothering if you're not going to participate or comment or like? You know, it shows how many people have
Yes.
seen it. I know you saw it. Hit the like button. Put a comment
So,
in.
I will also say, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but I have shut down groups like that and then only allowed people in with an investment. Like
Yeah.
I've done all the things, and I know a lot of coaches do not let anybody in their 30-day monthly group unless they have some sort of investment. Now, if you go from a challenge pack for 30 days and then the next 30 days, like if you want to be in the next 30-day group, like Aaron Hopkins does this. So like, whatever, if you don't want to stay on your Shakeology that you got in your challenge pack, you need to at least buy Collagen and try something to be in that next 30-day, like one-on-one with me. Otherwise, you just go to the grad group.
Right.
Or otherwise, you don't really have skin in the game and you can message me when you have a question. I don't know. Maybe I would like at this point, I would either do the live or.
Which I have.
Oh, okay.
I think I did it 2 weeks ago.
Maybe I would message each person privately at this point then and be like, start out about them, like checking in with you. How are you doing? When I don't see people post within the group, I get nervous that like, I don't know. I get nervous that they're having a hard time. So I want to make sure, like, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, be like, then I would probably be like, I'm going to be shutting this group down because for various reasons, I'm going to be opening a brand new group with, I don't know, make it a little enticing. Will you go live 2 times a week and take Q&A? Will you, I don't know if you already do like weekly meal plans, but like, would you do like a one-on-one where like, if they want to tell you what they're eating, you can tell them where they need to fix things. I don't know, like make it a little bit, make it more than, I know this sucks because like you're already pouring your heart into things, but like tell them you're shutting it down for various reasons and then make it known that you're starting a new group for 30 days and you're going to be doing XYZ, like above what they feel you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then let them know if you want to commit and do, you could just say, I'm sure they all have BOD now. So you could just say, if you want to pick your own workout or if you want to do MBF with us, the only thing I'm asking for people who really want to work with me one-on-one is they have some sort of skin in the game. Depends on how comfortable you are. But like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at the end of the day. If you've, as like a last ditch effort, especially if you've like, this has been going on, people are either going to then shit or get off the pot. And you're just going to go find new people.
Right.
I hope that wasn't too harsh.
No.
Oh gosh.
I also have found, Jamie, like I don't know if others are having the same experience. Like the summer is always harder for me, I find, to get people engaged. And like Mondays are usually okay. And then the rest of the week I'm like, that's not the weekend yet, you guys. Like, why aren't you checking in? But like it's like all week is weekend mode for people sometimes, and like people are on vacation, and so like my normal like ride or dies aren't always showing up as consistently, and I think that really like affects the energy in the group, unfortunately. But
the last thing I'll say is like I notice same thing, like when engagement goes down, I kind of look at myself and I wonder how present was I in the group? Was I just checking my Shakeology box and my workout box, or did I like actually give some sort of content in my workout selfie post, or not content where you're like always having to like teach them something, but maybe just like a story, like doesn't have to be anything big, just like, not a morning person, but I have this routine and I am not giving it up, and like just maybe like, I don't know, just anything you can really talk about that's more than just like logged off day 20 today, upped my weights, feeling good. I try to like make sure I'm actually like expressing more. That way they feel like they can too. And
It's
I'm
more
not saying that-
relatable
and I'm
too,
not
possibly.
saying any of you guys aren't doing that. I'm just saying what I found for me.
And I find if I'm like more honest in my group than I am my story, then they like feel like they get the inside scoop if they check in on the group, as comparison to just watching my stories, which almost all of them do because that's how I found them. But yeah, so I try and be a little bit more honest in there than what I would share with the general public.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I didn't think about that.
That being said, I just got a message. Somebody is going to pay me $300 3 times a week for companionship, so I'm probably just quitting the business.
Nice.
You need to take that and run with it.
Nothing sexual, just companionship. I'm like, is watching my Instagram stories enough? Because
That is funny.
that's all I
Oh my gosh. Jesus. People. Just like, oh my
block,
God.
delete.
Okay, so talked about what do you do with leads. We talked about objection with Shakeology, more engagement in your groups, and I think that was kind of it. Anybody got anything? We're all good? Okay. Well, you hold on. Let's just hold on.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope everybody has a great night. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not what I want to do.